It's Joe Biden, the senator from Delaware, I think. And to be honest, I have no idea if I approved of this message or not.
I don't know what kind of political status my dog is, right? There's Donald Trump. Do you see Donald Trump?
That's what you are.
Yeah.
With your help, we're going to win Nevada. We're going to defeat.
He's cool.
Your Biden-loving
Right?
radical left senator,
Okay.
Jackie Rosen.
Now, we're gonna put, check this out. I'm not lying about this. I don't know what's wrong with my dog. I think she's, I don't know what's wrong with her. Watch. We're gonna put Joe Biden. Joe, here we go. Oh boy. Here, let's put a good video of him. Who is that? Who is that?
Welcome to the Oval Office.
I told you. Mommy, relax. This is Joe Biden. Wait up, she really doesn't like, she just saw him and she doesn't like him. Here we go. Joe Biden. Relax. I think my dog is a Relax, mommy. Relax, mommy. Mommy!
Well, that's disappointing considering my dogs are always so well behaved. And live from Times Square, it's That Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Vostradamus.
Of course that Kevin show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be that Donald show. But we don't have that, so we have that Kevin show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. And tonight, what to make of the dumpster fire that is 2024? Governor Mike Huckabee. Why are they coming for your kids? Jenny Gentles. Sketch comedy tonight from Hillary 2016 and the Babylon Bee. Feeding children who starve Paul Jacobs. And energy that's good for us from Ed Kovalek. Plus new music from a new music newbie, Tim McGraw in the spotlight. And now, a man who works for a channel who did not find it necessary to use a green screen to provide live coverage. Here's the
That is correct, friends. I am very proud to say that not only did I have the privilege of getting to help provide some of the live coverage for the RNC in 2024 from Milwaukee, we did not use a green screen and fake our access to the RNC arena where the convention was going on. It was it's a rather disturbing idea that MSNBC felt it was necessary to literally cheap fake their way into their coverage, green screening their New York studio with a camera feed, I guess that they borrowed from NBC News or something. Although I do think if you're Joy Reid and you say the nasty things that you say about conservatives and Trump supporters and just Americans in general, night in and night out, you probably shouldn't show up to some of those things either. People are not going to have an appreciation for your journalism. Friends, it's Kevin McCullough. Last week, we had an entire show prepared for you that was obviously interrupted and torn up and thrown out because a bullet struck through the heart of our country when it struck through the ear of our president. And over the last 8 days, I have witnessed a transformation of a man, Donald J. Trump, of a party, the Republican Party, and on some level, the country as a whole. And you know that's true because the party that's opposing President Trump is in complete disarray. It's a very odd place to be only 8 days later. And I'm grateful that I get to spend tonight with you because there were a lot of amazing things that happened this week. And there may be a few historical things that happen yet in the next couple of weeks. We don't know who the presidential nominee is going to be because the democratic process by which they used to select the person that they would like to run against President Trump, now all of the elites, all of the power players, all of the people who are self-important because they served for 155 years in the United States Congress like Nancy Pelosi, or they've been the Senate leader for 3.5 years like Chuck Schumer, or they were the first president that his wife could be proud of to be an American like Barack Obama. These self-important, these high and mighty elitists that look down on you. And if you're MAGA or Republican or conservative, they don't even pretend you exist. But if you're a Democrat, if you're a centrist Democrat tonight, they look down on you with such scorn and disgrace because you're not playing the game the way they want you to play it. You're not doing what you've been told to do, you terrible, horrible people that have the nerve to think for yourself. No, those power players, they've all gotten together in the last few days. They saw what Trump and the Republicans did in Milwaukee, and they've gathered themselves and they've said, we got to dump this loser that we have in the White House because we're going to lose power. Because to the American left, and it's very important that you grasp what I'm saying here, to leftists, to the modern power holders in the Democratic Party, power is the ultimate achievement for them. Not power that's rendered to do good with, just power for power's sake. They want to be in control so that they can tell you how to live and feel better about how they live. They want you to have an abortion because they've had abortions and they've killed children, so they want other people to feel guilty and horrible, so they want other people to kill children. The left are awful people in our country. And because Donald Trump has run an amazing convention in the last week, where if you're in the middle of the country, you don't feel alienated by what he talked about. You feel welcomed. You feel open-minded about maybe thinking about how it's okay for your neighborhood to have security and not have homeless illegal immigrants running around committing crimes, kidnapping 12-year-old girls, raping them, and then dismembering them under bridges in your city. See, if you think that way, then you're of no use to the people that have the power in the Democratic Party that want you to just achieve their agenda so that they can keep having their lifestyle. And they will use an old man who's diminished in his capacity. They will kick him around and they will let him make a fool of himself on the national stage. They will let him be mocked for not knowing which direction he should be walking. They will allow him to be the butt of jokes that he deserves because he walks into them, but they will do it to him over and over again, not because they care about him and not because they care about the country. They do it because ultimately they care about themselves. And the Barack Obamas and the Nancy Pelosi's and the Chuck Schumers and the Hakeem Jeffries of this world, they are Satan's agents for evil in what we see taking place. And it is their rhetoric that creates the dissatisfaction in the heart of a leftist to go try to shoot the former president. See, Republicans don't do that stuff. See, after President Trump was shot, there wasn't one riot in one major city across the entire country. There wasn't one MAGA protest held anywhere. There were people praying. There were people running to church the next day to say prayers on behalf of the former president. There were people that prayed for him all week. There were people that prayed and hoped and wanted good things for him and said, I hope that he's okay. And when he told his story on Friday night, they saw that he was. The people on the right don't do what the people on the left do, and there's one big reason. I wrote about it in my very first book, Musclehead Revolution. You can go read it for yourself. I think it's on Amazon for a couple of bucks for a hard copy. But the single biggest difference between the right and the left is that the right acknowledges that there is a God and that he has a purpose and that it is bigger and beyond me and I'm not in control of it. And the left despises God. They hate his morality. They hate his children, and they don't want them to have any say because it ruins their lives. Friends, we are at a crossroads. And a week ago tonight, an angel on the shoulder of Donald Trump protected him, kept his head turned just a millisecond longer so that that bullet avoided his brain. And now, friends, it's up to you and me to go out and fight the fight winsomely and wonderfully to make the case for an excellent America. Because that's what God has given us a second chance at, and I hope we take it. Kevin McCullough coming right back. Governor Mike Huckabee joins me next.